until like 5 a.m. or not 5, but like 3 a.m. Like it's unreasonable hours. She's always like playing music really loud, laughing really loud with her friends, and slamming doors, just being really loud in the kitchen. And I've asked her through text, like if she could be quiet and like nicely, and she just like doesn't respond to me.
Like, are you asking her like while it's happening? Or are you choosing other times to ask her?
Yeah, like one time I texted her while she was being really loud, and then I overheard her read the text to her friends, and they're all laughing about it. And like I don't know what to do because I need to sleep, and you know, I'm a biology major, so it's a lot of work.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand what's going on. So you didn't know your roommate before now. You didn't do any of the match-up roommate things. And so you guys have, I assume, different majors and you have different class schedules for sure. And so she has night classes, and so she's like doing all her friends' stuff in the dorm and stuff when you're trying to sleep.
Like she sleeps until like 1 o'clock every day. So she doesn't even wake up.
So then you're not also able, you're trying to be sensitive to her, and so you're not having friends come over and stuff when she needs to be resting.
Yeah.
And you're tiptoeing around your dorm room. And have you guys had any like nice conversations, like at times where you're both awake and like talked about like anything you might have in common?
We were civil, I'd say the first day, but I always just got like a weird vibe from her. Like I could tell that she didn't really like me. And
what do you mean by that? What made you think that?
Just the way like she looked at me, I just felt like I was being judged somehow. And I don't know if it's just me, but she like didn't make any effort to talk to me at all. You know, I'd say like, hi, how are you doing? And she was like, and she would just be like, oh, like, okay. Like she's never put any effort into conversation with me.
Have you ever like had like a roommate at home? I mean, what was home like? Did you have siblings? Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have one sibling. He's older, but we've all like gotten along. He's never like thrown parties every single night during school nights while I was trying to study.
Do you know anything about your roommate, like where they're from?
I know she's from Tennessee, Nashville.
Okay, but other than that, no.
I know she like partied a lot in high school.
Oh.
From her Instagram pictures.
Oh, okay, so you know her at least on social media. Yeah. Well, we're really close to the end of the semester too. It's, you know, there's a possibility that there could be a switcheroo. Do you want to maybe try to put together like a meeting with your roommate and you and one of the mediators from the office to see if maybe you guys could sit down together and have a conversation that's not over text, to see if maybe you could put down some ground rules together. I mean, all of the students have to do that with their roommates, regardless of where they're coming from or what their previous experiences have been. I don't know if you're uncomfortable with that because you feel like she hasn't responded well to you. Do you want to tell me more about that?
About her responding to me?
Yeah, you said you just felt like she didn't like you right off the bat.
Yeah. Like she met me and she's like, oh, hi. Like it wasn't a good like, hey, nice to meet you. It's just like, oh. Like she was surprised. I was like, oh.
Well, I mean, if I can be kind of like honest with you, we're kind of in an area where there isn't a lot of ethnicity, and you know, I just want to make sure that you don't feel like being Asian has something to do with that. That it would be understandable if you felt that way, but I wanna know if you feel that that was something that you were getting off of her and you kind of don't wanna say it because you don't wanna sound like a meanie or something, but you were kind of smiling at me a certain way when you're like, yeah, no, she was just, oh, with me right off the bat.
That is the vibe I got. Like, I try not to judge people, but, and I don't know if it's just like an insecurity from being.
Did you grow up in an area where there weren't a lot of Asian kids
Yeah.
too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I can kind of tell right off the bat, or within like the first couple hours. But I didn't want to like make that assumption. I could just tell that like she didn't like me
That's fair.
for whatever
That's fair.
reason.
I just didn't want to ignore it if you felt like it was a thing that was in there.
Yeah.
Well, I think that we have a lot of people in our department that work with you students all the time so that we can at least put together maybe a meeting if you are willing. It might really, especially if you feel like there's some cultural issues or cultural misunderstandings that are going on right now, it might be the best way to at least make the rest of the semester comfortable. And we'll have a meeting together, help you guys establish some boundaries, you know, when certain people need to sleep, when certain people need to be awake, and if it, you know, maybe we can have some peace for a little while, and simultaneously the office can also help you to put in for a different rooming arrangement for the next semester. You know, if nothing else pans out between you, and what was your roommate's name again? I can't remember. I think you wrote it on the paper when you sent it. Michelle. Make it work between you and Michelle, then, you know, there's always the opportunity to change rooms, change dorms. Have you made any friends since you've been here? Okay, great. That's great, because that will make it easier for you to find maybe if you want to move instead of her. But I think that we can totally do that. I'm sorry that this has been your experience so far.
I just like don't feel comfortable having a meeting because I feel like it's just gonna be really awkward and I feel like she's gonna get mad and like complain to her parents or friends and say that I'm being unfair.
We don't have to bring up what you think is the underlying, maybe one of the underlying reasons. We didn't have to address that directly. I just wanted you to feel as though you were seen and heard for all of your concerns with us and like with this office. And if you don't want to confront that, that's perfectly fine. We don't have to address that with Michelle at all. We can just address look, you've got this schedule, she's got this schedule, you guys are living together. Let's find a way for you both to be considerate of each other. And you don't have to be each other's best friends. You just be considerate of each other, and we'll get you both to a place where you're both comfortable in your dorm situations. But just until then, because obviously texting isn't really cutting it. It's not changing. You've got to sleep. You've got to study. So we can find a solution that will work in the meantime. We don't have to address the cultural issue if you're uncomfortable with that. Absolutely not. Okay. So in summary, we're going to, if you're okay with it, I will get in touch with the other RA, and we will put together. She can talk to Michelle. We'll put together a meeting time. I'll get some available times from you. She'll get some available times from Michelle, and we'll come together and we'll get back to you on that. And we'll be addressing the sleeping at the right times, and when we can have people hanging out in the dorm, and hopefully we will skip over the other thing you think is going on, and hopefully we'll find a way for you guys to live with each other for a little while. And we can also start putting feelers out for you changing dorms if you want to for the next semester.
That'd be good.
Okay, awesome. I'm glad we could do this today. I hope this works out.